Why am I on my roof, you ask? Well, how else am I supposed to segue into talking about my Prinsu Designs Studios roof rack? So this roof rack is kind of a pain in the ass to install if you don't have the right tools. What I would recommend using is some step bits with some cutting oil. I didn't really install this one myself. I had my brother-in-law help me. He's a mechanic. He's very good. Appreciate him. Shout out to him for helping me out. We tried to use my drill. It didn't work like at all. We tried to use his drill. Also didn't work. It wasn't until the old guy across the street, who's probably been on this planet for about 1 billion years, came out with I shit you not, a car battery size battery drill. And he said the name of the drill was called the Brute, and it chewed through all these holes like butter. So in total there are 12 holes, 4 of which have to be drilled up here, and that's through hardened steel. Once you get that done, setting it in place is really good. I'm not going to talk about the actual install too much, since there's a couple videos out there that do a really good job of discussing what you need to do in order to get this rack installed. What I will say is this rack is super modular. So you can put Max Tracks up here, Rotopax cans, you can put bike racks, anything you want, rooftop tents, you name it, you can do it. So kayak racks. So this rack has a dynamic weight limit of 300 pounds and a static weight limit of 600. Now you can increase the weight capacity by adding more bars. Yeah, more crossbars. I have 6, which is the number that they send you, but you can add more. Because it's so modular, you can put more throughout and you won't have to worry about it. My primary use for this rack so far has been Meg's kayak. If you guys follow me on social media, you'll know who Meg's is. She's my girlfriend. I also fitted this Diode Dynamics 42-inch light bar. It's an amber combo. I didn't go with white. I know a lot of people give me shit. You're supposed to go white because it's above the headlights, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I've found myself using this a lot on back roads when it's foggy, late at night, and it's dark. This thing is phenomenal. It lights up like nobody's business. I'll have a few photos on screen now for you to see, but it's beautiful. So in order to make this light bar fit, so this fairing is actually only a 40-inch fairing when you buy it from CBI or Prinsu. In order to get this to fit, you have to trim an inch off either side, and it just slides into the rails, tighten it down, and it's good to go. If anybody has any questions about this light bar or any of the Diode Dynamics equipment that I use, leave a question in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. As you can see, I just ran the light bar wire down here. There's a hide wire you can get from, I want to say it's from Baja Designs. You can get a hide wire. It just attaches along the side there. Me, I'm famous for doing things just good enough, and this for me is just good enough. I'm basically going to just zip tie it to this corner here and call it a fucking day.
Until he gets on the highway and he has to listen to the wire flapping.
It does flap pretty bad, but if I zip tie it tight enough, I shouldn't have that problem. So I was originally thinking we were going to put a rooftop tent on this, but now that your boy is affiliated with CBI and Prinsu, I'm going to be getting the CBI bed bars, the low profile ones, and the rooftop tent's going to go back there. And you'll have to stay tuned for what rooftop tent we're going to go with. Shout out to Go Overland Canada, because anybody who knows them will know what tent I'm probably going to end up going with. But other than that, yeah, it's been great. The noise on this roof rack is almost non-existent, other than what Meg said, which is the flapping of this wire, which is, again, user error. Not to do with the rack itself, user error, guys. So overall, I'm happy with the rack. There's no leaking. Make sure when you do the install, if you're doing it yourself, you need to use a lot of clear RVT. That RVT stuff is phenomenal. Get it in all the holes, put your bolts in, do another beat around the opening, tighten it down hand tight, and then once you're done that, I would honestly just give it a couple bursts with if you can, give it a couple bursts with the Ugga Dugga gun, and you're set. I've had no leaking inside whatsoever. It's been through a few rainstorms. This season it'll be the first snowstorm, which makes kayak a couple times, and I'll put some pictures on it. You guys can see that we've had the roof rack on it, and all I do is I loop the kayak. I get kayak straps. It's just kayak straps. I loop it around the one bar over the top of the kayak, loop it around the other. That's the method I found online, and it seemed to work great. It doesn't shift around a whole lot. We were upwards of 140 kilometers an hour, which for you Americans is like 80 miles, I think, somewhere around there. Yeah, so it was yeah, it didn't move around at all, and I still had enough room that if I really wanted to, I probably could put a jerry can or something up here, or my bike if I ever get a bike again. But yeah, stay tuned for some more of these updates, and I know it's been a while, so it's good to be back on YouTube, kind of throwing out some quick content, something that's not going to be over an hour long, where it's just me talking about nonsensical bullshit like all the other fucking Colorado YouTubers. Don't get me started. Anyways, it's been good, guys. I'll see you guys later. Ciao. It's slippery.
Don't fall.
I put way too much trust in this fucking
I say you put way too much faith in that tonneau cover. I cannot wait until that thing is gone.